What's up, y'all? Welcome to another video. I had a video that did like 3,000 views the other day, which was crazy. I was super excited about that. I gained like 10 subscribers from that. So if you're coming from there, welcome. Today we're going over why Edwin Encarnacion is a super underrated hitter, and he's only 86 home runs away from the 500 home run club, and he's 37. 500 home run club is pretty exclusive. There's only 27 players all time to be in it. Most of the names are pretty big: Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, Griffey, Tomei, Frank Thomas, all those guys. So for a guy like Edwin Encarnacion to be in there, Edwin Encarnacion had a rough career from when he came into the league in 2005. He didn't join the Blue Jays until 2010. He had one season where he had over 30 home runs, but he didn't play a ton in those first couple seasons for Cincinnati, and he didn't hit a ton of home runs. He came to Toronto, played from 2010, 2016 in Toronto, and just went off, and that's where he's gained this 414 home runs. He's done well in Cleveland, and then he was in Seattle, and then he was in New York, and then this year's with Chicago. So he keeps moving around. Usually people do that towards the end of their career, but he's still performing as far as home runs. Since he left, he's hit, where is that? He's hit 30, 38, 32, 34, 21 and 13, but he only played in 44 and 65 games the past 2 years. So yeah, so he's hitting 30 plus even since he left the Blue Jays. So he's 37 and he's hit 86. Not 100% sure what the math is. This game's only 60. This is only a 60-game season, obviously. So maybe he can hit 10, and then he needs to hit he needs to have like a 20 home run season. He needs to have like 2 home run seasons, and then like a 20, and he can make it. He'll have to play till like he's 41. There's a possibility, because even if he goes to like the NL, no, we're not sure if the DH is still going to be in 2021, but you can just DH and hit home runs. So there's a chance. I'm showing a graphic up of the 500 home run club right now, and the only players I'm not fully accustomed to that are Rafael Palmeiro and Mel Ott. I don't know Mel Ott because he played in the 30s and 40s. Rafael Palmeiro was part of like the steroid era, as a lot of these guys were. So Edwin Encarnacion, I definitely don't think he used steroids. And for a guy who's really only been performing since like 2010, where have been his good years, he had a couple okay years in 2005, 2009. But yeah, that just kind of goes to show how good of a stretch he was on the Blue Jays. Obviously, I'm a Blue Jays fan. Going through his 2010, 2016, as far as home runs, he hit 21, 17, 42, 36, 34, 39, 42 in Toronto. And I feel like he was overshadowed by Bautista. And then when Donaldson came and won MVP, and then we signed big guys like Tulowitzki and Martin, it was more about the lineup. So Edwin, I feel like, got a bit overshadowed. He is a 3-time All-Star, and he's finished around like the 15th ranking in MVPs in those years in Toronto. So he's got a career batting average of 263, which is pretty good considering he wasn't hitting very well in his first couple years of his career. This is the same with Bautista, who was a really bad player in Pittsburgh when he first started, and then came to Toronto and figured it out. So I'm not sure what Toronto's doing, but they turned Bautista and Encarnacion around. He's got a career OPS of 851, which is 875 was his OPS last year in 2019. Pretty good. 851 is his career OPS, very good. Obviously, if he didn't have those Cincinnati years, he would be at like 350-ish home runs. But his OPS batting average would be better if he just came to Toronto and hit. 2.9 WAR was his WAR last year. I'm mixing the stats up. 36 career WAR. 1,242 career RBIs. These are all very good stats, and I don't feel like people talk about him like that, even when it was his prime years in Toronto. He's obviously still producing. He's in a White Sox lineup now with protection. I don't think that's the big deal, but he'll probably hit 4th or 5th this year for the White Sox. He's been all over with his jersey numbers. He wore 12 and 28 for the Reds. He wore 7 for 1 year when he first came to the Blue Jays. Then he wore 12 another year. And then obviously he's been wearing 10 his entire career. And then he wore 30 for the Yankees last year. And I don't know what number he's going to wear for the White Sox. But this is super interesting. I've always been a big Edwin fan of the Parrot. And yeah, I honestly, this stat, someone just, I saw it the other day that he was 86 home runs away from 500 home run club, which is definitely possible the way his career is going. Is he's played 15 years. People have 18, 20-year careers, not as much as they did before, but for a guy that, especially a DH, who just is continuously performing, Edwin has a good shot at hitting 500 home run clubs, and he'd become the first Blue Jay to do it, which that would be crazy. Yeah, so I'm super rooting for Edwin. And yeah, I think that's the video. This might be a little bit of a short one. If you're new, subscribe, like, you know the deal. And I'm out. Peace.